Our first guests are starring in the new Hallmark Channel original movie, The Christmas House. Please welcome Treat Williams and Sharon Lawrence. Welcome, you two.
Hey, guys.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
I love how Christmassy both your backgrounds are there in your homes. I know, Treat, you're joining us from your barn in Vermont, which is pretty cool, too. And Deb, it's been great having so many of the actors from The Christmas House join us.
We are so excited for this movie.
We've been talking all about this movie. We love it, but we haven't talked a lot about your characters' parts in it. Now, you play husband and wife, Bill and Phyllis. This Christmas, you guys are kind of bringing the family back together. So, Treat, there's a little bit of tension in your character's marriage, though, isn't there?
Yeah, the issue is that Bill has retired a year earlier, and now Sharon's character, Phyllis, is retiring. And I think there's some tension in the fact that he has immediately found things to do and things he loves to do outside of the work that he had. He was a builder. And now Phyllis is retiring, and she feels to a degree that she's being left behind. And Bill doesn't really quite know how to get her comfortable with this new life that she's going to have.
You know, I think that's something that a lot of people have to contend with after retirement. There are three different storylines that sort of come together, which also make this such a beautiful, sort of layered movie, and we really, really love it. There's one important storyline in the movie that is also very relatable to so many families. Sharon, tell us about that.
Well, when Bill and Phyllis were younger, they spent so much time together and invested in this unique offering for Christmas, moving all the furniture out of the main level of their home and then decorating from the top to bottom. And their grown sons, one played by Robert Buck, and their younger son, Jonathan, who is a gay man married to his wonderful husband. And they are in the process, unbeknownst to us, of adopting a child. So all three of these grown adults are at different phases of their life. But when they come together, everyone is uplifted by the other new phases in life and support that all of us have to have as we're going through changes.
That's one of the beautiful things is these different stories, like Debbie was alluding to, are so relatable and people can kind of connect and make them similar to their own lives, but also the way that they all work together and how family deals with all of these things, and it's just real life. So we've got a great clip of Sharon's character getting the boys organized to start working on the Christmas house. Take a look.
I sent Mike and Andy to the tree lot.
Hey, Jake, what do you call a Christmas tree that knows Kung Fu?
What?
Spruce Lee. It's a dad joke.
Brandon and Jake, I need you to get started on the outside. Bill, I'm putting you on party invitations. That should be easy for you since you're always out and about anyway.
Well, that's generally what one does when one is retired, and you know I like to keep busy.
Yes, you do. Now, I'm gonna organize the inside decorations, and tonight we'll hang the ornaments. Now get out there and make Christmas happen.
The Christmas Sergeant.
Exactly. I don't know, Sharon. I feel like your character is kind of like settling in nicely to retirement, kind of like just cracking the whip at home.
Well, she's just doing what she did at school, and it doesn't work for every involved.
Well, it's really clear, obviously, the dynamic, the chemistry you all have together, the connection that you two made. Your friendship started actually well before you started filming, which is really important. So tell us how you were able to do that, because it was, challenging times.
Well, I got to the house, and I flew 2 flights to get up to Canada, and they put me in a house, and I was there for 2 weeks. And the minute I got there, I called Sharon, and we chatted on the phone and decided that we would rehearse over the phone for the next 2 weeks. And consequently, we became fast friends over the phone. And by the time we got on set, we felt like we knew each other quite well. But we ran lines, rehearsed, talk about the characters and scenes for 2 weeks. That's pretty much what my life was working with Sharon on our scene.
That's how I got my exercise in, because Tree would make loops on the around his house because he had a yard. I was in an apartment and could not leave because of quarantine. So I moved my furniture around. And I had, my own little route inside. And we would calculate how many steps we got in as we were learning our lines and learning about each other.
That is so interesting to see how people prepare for roles. As someone who's not an actor, that is really clever. Because what else are you going to do if you can't be with the people? And I know that, Sharon, you two, you and Treat already had a mutual friend in common. Isn't that right?
Yes, I have been a big fan of Gregory Harrison's for a long time, and we've connected over our love of the ocean. He's a big surfer, and I'm a scuba diver. And he let me know that one of his dearest friends is Treat Williams. So to me, that said a lot about Treat, because that kind of close connection that they have means that they're sort of soul brothers. And I knew right away that Treat was going to have a great sense of a great kind of character in his own right. And it was
Can I just say, Gregory and I did Stephen Sondheim's Follies on Broadway, and we were roommates in the same dressing room. And now Gregory plays my brother on Chesapeake Shores. So our friendship has deepened, and one of the nicest people in all of show business.
That's great.
Well, you know what I have to say, Hallmark really knows how to get a lot of really good people together that are all very kind. We have done a great job here at this network doing this.
We're very lucky, aren't we?
We are very lucky, and I know that your entire cast became super close on this film. You even spent time off-set together. As a matter of fact, you went whale watching one day, and what I would imagine as being a really magical day with what had happened. Tell us about this, Sharon.
Well, I could have gone alone, but it sure wouldn't have been as much fun. So I put out the offer, said, let anybody interested? And the guys said yes, and we spent the day on the water. It was cold and gray, but we saw beautiful whales. And then out of that grayness appeared a double rainbow. And it was so meaningful because the gay storyline, the same-sex love couple, just seemed to be completely supported by this wonderful, magical happening on the water, nature, and just knowing love is love, and we were able to get that photo.
Incredible. I've got goosebumps
I know,
seeing that
me
and hearing you
too.
say it.
That is so
it's true.
magical.
It really is.
We really did all stop talking and saw the rainbow, and I think everybody was deeply moved. This is an extraordinary moment in the history of Hallmark, and I'm very, very proud to be a part of what is of this new plot line and this
Good
gay
for you
couple
both.
married.
Yeah.
It's just great.
It really
Right.
is. This film, in general, obviously, a lot of people are looking forward to seeing it for sure. That was a very memorable moment in the filming of this. Another memorable time of year, of course, we're in the heart of it right here, is Christmas, and it's memorable for both of you as well. Now, Treat, your town of Manchester, Vermont, has a Christmas tractor parade. I have to tell you, I've seen a lot of parades. Haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I actually want to join it, but I'm always off working. But every year there's a tractor parade for Christmas, and everybody competes to have the most Christmassy tractor in town, and everybody comes out for it. It is really, really fun.
That's amazing.
Extraordinary
Look at this.
event.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
It competes with Hallmark, I have to say. It's pretty cool. But it's a wonderful town to be in during the holidays with the fireplaces in the inns and the snowfall. That's my deck, looking out from my kitchen onto our deck in winter.
That is beautiful. That's a Hallmark movie waiting to happen. I think I know the next location.
Christmas
Our
in
next
Vermont.
Christmas.
Well, I'm already campaighing for it to get us all here and have another Christmas movie here.
And guess what? We'll shoot Home and Family from there because do you have extra bedrooms for us?
Yeah, come visit.
I'll sleep right there. I'll sleep right there in your what is that? Your barn.
It's my man cave.
I love it. Sharon, you also have some very special Christmas keepsakes that are close to your heart as well.
Yes, the thing that came to mind first and always is the handmade stockings that my grandmother, now my mother's mother, made for us. My brother and myself, you see Mark and Sharon there, and then my two cousins. And to us, they were hanging at my grandparents' house. And that's how we knew that Santa recognized us as special, because they were personalized. And they are such treasures. My mom and dad still have my brothers and mine. And it always makes me feel so connected to them. And then there's one more that I have taken to my home. And this is our angel topper, which to me, it's a doll from the 1940s. And she, I thought, was my mother as a baby, because my mother looked like this. She had dark hair and the bows in her hair in the photos that I grew up seeing of her. So this angel, which is still in really great shape, means the world to me because of the fantasy that it represents and the reality of how close I am to my own parents. And I think when I decorate this year, I'm going to have them on Zoom, and we'll be able to do it together, maybe even watch some Hallmark films together. because it's hard being apart.
Yeah.
But we can be together in so many ways.
That's
So
right.
beautiful.
That
Thank
is
you for
beautiful.
sharing all that, both of you. And
love
you know,
it.
honestly, it's a real treat for us. Pardon the pun here, treat. It's a real honor for us to have you, you know, part of the Hallmark family, of course. But to take the time and be with us on Home and Family, we're big fans. This movie is amazing, guys. Thank you again for joining.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
So wonderful
Appreciate
to see
your
you.
time. Thanks so much.
All right.
guys.
Be sure to watch
Bye,
Treat and
Treat.
Sharon in the Christmas House this Sunday, November 22nd at 8 p.m. 7 Central, right here, everybody, on Hallmark Channel.